Okay, we good? We're waiting for someone to come. Oh, is QQ and Lena starting? I don't think so, unless Lena's changed her name. No. Well, I am curious to see how this works out. With the 8 unit decks. Lizard, pigeon, ferret, snake, fox, wire, mine, arty against squirrel, lizard, toad, pigeon, snake, boar, fox, machine gun. We're gonna get kicked out. We're gonna red plug. Oh dear. Oh, no, we're back. Couple of lizards down for both sides. Kind of useless mines, especially when you've got the bigger army. Should really be scouting. He went to go destroy this base, but it had already sold. Straight into the fox. And straight into the machine guns. Okay, but Julie can hold this easily. He's got more units. He can't break the... That was stupid of him. I think these might be newer players. Both going for foxes pretty early. I do like the strategy though. Right, Donny could easily get pretty overrun here if July just built up. I mean, honestly, July could just walk around and get in and completely destroy his base with his 9 lizards. There's an easy path. He could also destroy this in like a couple of waves. He's spent so much on wire that he doesn't need. That he's delaying his fox. Right, Julie needs to actually be scouting more for CC8 farms, but he needs to scout the units. Find out that his opponent has absolutely nothing. Fox is out. Can it do anything? It can get trapped and... Oh, it nearly kills Dhoni's Fox. I think it is going to kill it. Wow. That was a bad use of a Fox. Oh, okay, they started. On the time. To be honest though, Melvin and QQ are going to win. It is pretty much a foregone conclusion. We got two very, very experienced players against two very, very new players. Ocean's been around a while, but they still are new. Alright. Squirrel Pigeon, Skunk Snake, Badger, Owl for Melvin against Squirrel Pigeon, Skunk Snake, Owl, Wolf for Marius. So actually very similar decks, just Badger for Wolf. In terms of deck, Badger is a good counter to Owl, but Wolf is a soft counter to Badger, especially if you've got snakes with it. So Marius could take this just in terms of deck building, but he has to keep up with Melvin's macro, which usually breaks most players. Melvin just always finds a way to get 8 farms ahead of you. I think we're caught up. Both players just going fairly evenly. Melvin coming in, he's going to have an advantage here because Marius is going to have his army together. Marius takes a loss here and then this snowballs, I think. Because Melvin can get right on the farms, and well, he goes to the mill. Yeah, that's GG. Marius, he just needed to get his army all in one location. He didn't, which means he had even numbers he could have held, but he effectively had 3 and then 6 rather than 9. He's equaling up hard to try and catch up, but Melvin's spending his time building tier 2, which is just going to leapfrog him ahead and make it the next attack even more devastating. I don't think Marius is going to be able to win. He's trying to get his own tier 2 now, but that means going behind on army. Like, Marius needs... With his eco, Marius can get back into this game if he gets a win in the next fight. But I think it's unlikely he doesn't lose any of these farms. He's going to be under a lot of pressure. And he's not responding to the fact that Melvin is coming in. Okay, he's got 1 snake at least. 1 skunk as well. But Melvin might get the snakes better. He also just has a big army. Okay. So same decks on both players. Melvin in the south, Marius in the north. Nothing too unusual. 8 farms into tier 1. Hey, Lucas. Why have we frozen? I'm getting sounds. There we go. Alright, so Melvin coming in with one snake. Can pick off some squirrels here and get some food. He only needs 3 to break even. Melvin is very good at that, but it's tricky because if you just rush the snake, just squirrels might kill it in time, might not. Hey, 3-team streak, building it back up. Alright, Marius into the wolf. Okay, as Melvin goes for the second base, this is actually looking good. Marius is going to have to think about expanding. I like the attack to, or at least the positioning to attack. Blocks the scouting for a bit because Melvin has to go home. Now, Marius is going to fall behind on eco. Kind of has to take this base. I don't know what he's doing. But he's okay. He's put down more snakes. He is actually delaying the scouting by quite a lot. Melvin does finally get in, but it's when the wolf has its woman built. It's supply block for a bit, but gets paid for quickly. That really slows down Melvin's response, which is just to go back and slam down farms. Now he's looking to attack as well. Makes sense. Wolf can't do anything without an army to buff. I think Marius needs to take this fight though. He's kiting everything back at once and it's just letting his army get led. I think he needs to stand and fight. He's killed the commander. Now he nearly needs to turn around. He needs to turn around and just kill these snakes and then he's got the skunks. Okay, Marius preserved a decent enough force. He's down to... He lost a farm. He either needs to commit to all in here, or he needs to... I don't know if he's got the time to catch up on eco. He needs to get some damage done. And now's his best opportunity. But he's holding back. Melvin trying to go up to 6 snakes. They're not something that... Hey, QQ. That's not something that you usually see. Snakes don't usually scale that well. Why is Marius just... Marius is trying to long game it. Come back in on the eco. The wolf does buff eco. I just don't know if he's got enough. I mean, he doesn't have a huge army advantage either. And Melvin is very good at defending. So maybe this is the right choice. I'm not sure though. Like, it's going to take him a long time to catch up. Alright, well, can he defend? This might be the deciding attack if he could defend this, but he's rallying all instead of rallying individual units. And he needs his units to stand and fight to make the most of their wolf buff. But he's trying to kite, which is just letting his squirrels bleed out. So he's taking a small loss there, which he can't really afford when he's behind in eco. And all this time buffing his army means that the pigs aren't buffed. No, okay, pigs are dying. The mill is going to go down because it's not been up for too long anyway. Yeah. Marius just not having the micro there. I really think he needed to move in earlier when he had the wolf and take his chances. Alright, so QQ finished his game. Now it's Panoramic versus QQ. And then myself versus Melvin. Let's do QQ first, because we haven't seen a QQ game yet. We just watched the Melvin game. Anyway, where's Panoramic? Panoramic, Pan. You here? Your Discord icon has a green dot next to it. Maybe we'll do Melvin and me instead. Oh, what? I'm going old school. I always used to be able to beat Melvin with a triple tier 3. Hasn't worked for a while since he picked up on it, but multi-tier 3 used to be my thing. I used to be the greediest. Let's see if I can clamber up the rankings again. Go greedy, greed. Melvin will always go greed if he can. Pretty confident I can hold this. Look. Okay, losing a farm is awkward. Can we counterattack? Nah. Not the end of the world. He's ahead of me on the tier 3. Ah. When the heck did he afford all this?
Zikniot los hest
I was a bit worried, but I've got my badger. I've got my eco. Have the boar out soon. I think our tier 3's at scale his. The billion snakes are going to be a bit of a problem. But honestly, kind of hope the boar will help with that. I wonder if I've overdone it on the pigeons. Hard to say. Anyway, we've got to go in sooner or later. How do I position this? I don't think this was right. I cannot see. Keep my badger alive! Badger, 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 badger! Oh my goodness, how could you not keep the badger alive? You had so many pigeons! I just could not see what the heck was going on. I had no clue. I genuinely don't know what else I could have done. I think, yeah, probably more cams instead of squirrels would have worked. I think I kind of buggered up by going through that. I accidentally drug my whole army through that narrow choke point, which I definitely don't think helped. But then maybe it kind of did, because his army went into it, and that gate, my ball hit everything. I don't know. There's limited data on these types of conflicts. Always shooting? Maybe I did need another one, because I think they were getting... I did feel like they were getting some work done. But maybe I needed more. Maybe if I hadn't gone any squirrels and I'd just gone badgers. Like, my logic was I kind of want the squirrels to be soaking up snake hits, but I guess the pigeons were doing that. The pigeons and the boar were doing that fine on their own. The other option was that I just don't attack at all. Since I just secured the fourth base, I just wait for him to attack me. Or to expand. I continue to build up. I don't know if that would work. I guess it depends on what I built. I would probably have to build more badgers, because he would be building more owls. But I don't know, maybe. I knew exactly when he went for that third base with the 4 farms though. Because he attacked me and he got 1 farm out of it. You know, it wasn't exactly a resounding victory. And he had all of that and a tier 3, so he must have been building it before. They're going to take this campfire and then slam down a wolf. I don't want to be risking to go late on the tier 3s again. Well, I can't really control what the wolf it does and does not buff with an army that size. There is a third base I could take, actually. I'm gonna go try and get this one in the deep south. Oh no. Okay, well that's 4 farms. That's not good. No, the bloody dinguses. Okay, that worked a little better. Do seriously need to scout, because he should have his badger up by now. Oh, he's put no farms down. That explains some stuff. I don't think I want to attack that army. Maybe I should have. Wolf Buff Badger is pretty solid. But I just managed to secure an info lead. Okay. I think I'm getting him. Oh, I'm out of pigeons. Pigeons, do your bloody job! Ah! Finally, I have something to tank. Oh, one health badger! No, 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 no! Pigeons, pigeons! Oi, I had his units so low, but I couldn't quite finish them off, but... Okay, everyone, get up healthy, 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 healthy. We need to go in. Pigeons, do your job! No! Pigeons! Pigeons, why? What happened? What happened? Everything just died. My pigeons didn't heal. I felt like I got no healing. I know I only had 9 pigeons, but still. I felt like that should have been enough because he didn't have like high damage. What? I genuinely, hang on, I need to go and I need to save that game. I need to go back and re-look at that. Because I thought... Because I thought I had it. I'm genuinely disappointed. I did so well fighting with the badger in that first one. I just couldn't... I killed so much tier 2. And I just couldn't get... I got his owl down to like 1 HP. I saved my badger at 1 HP. I just couldn't kill one of his tier 3s. Like, if I had, the game would have been over. I need to go back and re-watch those fights. Because I'm pretty sure I played the first one brilliantly, and I don't know what happened with the second one. Yeah, that game haunts me. QQ versus Panoramic. I'm going to try and put it in my mind, but I'm going to be bringing it up. So it's Squirrel, Toad, Pigeon, Ferret, Falcon, Mine against Squirrel, Ferret, Falcon, Raccoon, Boar, Fox. I think I know what I did. I think I tried to overcomplicate it. I should have just gone through the narrow choke point with my 2 high value units and but I tried to get the boar going in one way while I flanked around the side with the badger, and that just split my army up in a way that I couldn't handle and didn't actually produce any results. In fact, it was probably detrimental. I wanted my badger and boar to be right next to each other. That might be what caused the... I don't know, is that what caused the badger's health to drop so quickly? There wasn't the boar to tank for it on the first few shots. I don't know, I felt like they were close up pretty quickly. Raccoons for Panoramic, QQ with the toads and the ferrets, so lots of explosions. Oh man, it's such indigestion. Big flanking attack, sniper raccoon, sniper ferret. QQ manages to take the win. Didn't expect that. thought the extra squirrel would carry it for panoramic in this fight. I didn't really see how good his bow connections were, but I imagine they must have been pretty solid. I was too busy looking at the ferret shots. Okay. QQ. Commander died. QQ's commander died. Oh, that's very bad. That loses him all his army. He does kill a Warren. And he manages to get a ferret back. But still, that's a big oof. Okay, straight shots on the squirrels. This is what you want with ferrets. Picking up food here and there. Problem for QQ is he's got no economy behind this. Panoramic has managed to sneak down to this corner and take a base. It's good that he's taken that one, because if it was this one on the front, QQ could probably snipe it with the ferrets. Ooh, plays coming in, blowing up 2 Warrens. Actually pretty significant there, and the raccoons get caught out. I think QQ's done this. Yeah. Just finally managed to whittle him down enough. Squirrel, toad, pigeon, ferret, falcon, mine against squirrel, lizard, ferret, falcon, cam, wolf. QQ setting up his mines on the front, leaving his Falcon and Ferret very exposed. He just goes back home to put down Warrens. Panoramic trying to set up a ferret trap. Sorry, a cam trap for ferrets. Doesn't get it, but does pick off a Falcon. Having the high ground gives him a real advantage in dealing with his ferrets, because it means QQ needs a flying unit to get vision. Stray shot on the cam there, that's actually pretty significant. It's basically 2 shots to kill a cam from a ferret, I think. Don't know if it's exact, but it's does do a lot of damage. The cams coming in again. All that burst damage from the mines and the ferret shot means they get rattled down very quickly. Honestly, I don't know if the squirrels probably could have got an advantage there, killed Stumsy, but now QQ is in exactly the position he wants to be, with a superior army right in his opponent's face. Panoramic's tier 2 comes out, maybe just in time to save the mill, not quite. He does kill the tier 2. But QQ still got his squirrels, and Panoramic's down to just 1 mil. Although that was what QQ was on to begin with. And this mill probably paid for itself. That farm at the back corner there is almost completely used up. Now Panoramic just dumping lizards down. Honestly, makes sense. Makes what he's seeing. It's a bit risky for him to try and do a full sell and replace like this, but he knows his opponent's going to go back and be licking his wounds. Okay, Panoramic really ecoing up hard here. Putting himself behind an army. And now he's got the lizards, but QQ's got the toads. Toads, oh, this is so devastating for Panoramic. He needs time for his eco to pay off. But he doesn't want to leave his cams alive, which is slowing his army alone, which is leaving his army isolated. He's getting cornered. He's getting whittled down. He's just trying to find an angle, like his Lizard's army's basically been destroyed twice. He really wants to try and get a base race going, but hang on. He has got in. He does kill the farm. Go kill the others. Knock him in starvation is probably your best bet here. QQ can replace, but not for long. Like, Panoramic just doesn't have time. He's got so much eco, but he just does not have time to make anything, to buy anything with it. QQ's in starvation though. Panoramic not going for the mills. He probably doesn't have the opportunity, the time, or the units to kill him. Going for the Warrens because he knows QQ has to be selling them to replace makes sense. But QQ's finally found the mill, Panoramic's last mill. He can kind of just attack. If QQ didn't have these 3 toads, it would be tricky, but maybe Panoramic could do it with the cams. This 4 Falcons is a lot. Very good at gunning down pretty much anything. Panoramic has so much better eco, but he just doesn't have the time. And Cuckoo's not going to give him any. Panoramic's doing his best to fight out the toads, but he can't get them. And Kiki's gonna take it. Oh, I'm in bronze, okay. Somehow I forgot that. Should I go for the same thing? See if I can get a win with it? I'm still so salty about that last loss.
Jest voglioci più di Alvons. Thousands voyage hard.
Honestly, I probably didn't need that many squirrels. But in hindsight, if he's going snakes, I'd say it's right cool. You know, this deck is actually probably pretty bad against what Panoramic's running. He is, what was it, Snake, Cam, he might have had Falcon as well. He's very mid-game oriented. Mid-game focused.
Yes, you're champion de Alvance.
Okay. Never mind. Just squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. All the squirrels all the time. Oh, darn it, that. The squirrel moved and sodded up my micro. I was willing to go in to kill a farm there. I lost 4 squirrels. I was willing to go 4 squirrels for the farm. Didn't end up getting it. Oh, wow. How did this go so wrong? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He should have 18. He has as many squirrels as me. Oh, yes. But without the farms. Oh, bugger. Really bad timing. But also I'm getting punished for my greed. That is really bad timing though. Okay, I want to do this. I want to make this deck work. This panoramic, I should probably be taking. Because that actually went the way I thought it was going to go, where I got punished in the mid to late game as I tried. I got punished in the mid game as I tried to move into my tier 3. Transition, that's the word I was looking for. Transition into vehicle. Oh dear. Well, this is probably game over, isn't it? Oh, I didn't even get the sell on the third. That's... Yeah, this is GG. I'm probably not coming back from that. That's what, 180 food down.
Yes, George. In Siechetchen his Czechies. Look. Just like test true. Look. Your geese shares. Vunug varvut.
Oh, there.
Voyage hard.
Not get attacked for the next 30 seconds. He's got skunks, which isn't great. Skunks do a lot to kind of just wreck me.
Zikniot lož hest sien in getelu. In Siechetchen his Czechies. Kiniot gische, jest wód.
Yeah. I was waiting for that to happen. I just messed up with the... I was too distracted in the early game, and I let him get the cheesy mole off me. That's embarrassing. squirrel, pigeon, skunk, snake, badger, owl, again, squirrel, lizard, pigeon, falcon, cambour. Alright. So, QQ versus Melvin. Melvin going into the skunks. Squirrel skunk. Nope. Okay, QQ. Retreating from that fight. Not fancying it. It's an even split. Could have gone either way. Probably would have been in Melvin's favour with defender's advantage though, so don't blame him. The lizard squirrel spit is a good way to counter the skunks, especially if there's only two of them. Melvin going straight into the tier 3. The snakes won't be much use here. QQ really stacking up the falcons in return, which is already a good counter to owl or badger or snake, quite frankly. Mass falcon is just generally a pretty solid choice. QQ sneaking his lizards in, taking a few hits, but he's timed it well. I think Melvin's commander actually died, so the lizards... That's 6 lizards for 2 farms. Good trade. Would have been amazing if he could have got the third, but with his army, so with Melvin's army right next to it, it was unlikely that was ever going to happen. Oh. That's QQ going to scout the Badger Warren. He is. Comes in, sees it just as it finishes building. Probably going to feel pretty happy with his many falcons that Melvin does know about as well. Mm. QQ looking to come in beforehand? No. Maybe it was a bluff, maybe he reconsidered. Honestly, he needs some way to get through the big wad of squirrels at the moment. There's only 3 pigeons for Melvin, so the badger can get gunned down very quickly. It doesn't look like Melvin's going to be able to get many more up either. It's just a matter of whether or not QQ can focus fire this badger down. Shooting into his bunkers, into his warrens. He's taking some damage, but just keeping the badger alive. And he just instantly surrenders. Really? I mean, the enemy losses weren't too drastic. He was behind an eco. Yes, he were pretty bad. It was a pretty bad loss. Okay, so same deck from Melvin, same deck from QQ. Same opening with 8 farm tier 1. Okay, lizards come out. Bit of a skirmish. No real victor. Coming out again. A few more squirrels this time. More of a deterrent. Keep you looking for an angle. He does have options. There's this sort of horseshoe shape here, and he can come out wider to come in through the corner or really far around the back. Gets some damage on the mill, but can't rush it down with just 6. Because QQ does have the faster units with the lizards, but his squirrels need to cover less distance, so Melvin is broadly able to keep up. Defend what's important. Might be harder when starts putting farms on this mill. But now, ooh, this is awkward for QQ. His lizards are being cornered. He's trying to bring his squirrels in from the flank, but oh, his lizards just get picked off. That's really bad for QQ. Now he needs to take this fight. Honestly, his best bet was probably to do it while Melvin's units are moving around the rock. Now the skunk is here, the units are lined up. QQ does manage to hold, but it comes at the cost of his mill, which had 2 farms on it. However, he could snowball from here. Lizards are fairly good at that, but squirrels can't keep up. But maybe the lizards got enough done that they can come in from behind. They get 1 mill, 1 farm. It's not really enough. And this is on the used up mill. He's trying to move around. The farming mill is kind of too far out of the way. The fresh mill, they're both farming, but the fresh mill is kind of too far out of the way for QQ to easily counter it, whereas his mill was right on the front. Now he's just trying to fight Melvin out in the open with a smaller army. Oh, it's going alright for QQ, but that losing all 9 lizards for free just wasn't sustainable. Alright, Melvin with a 5 farm Warren. Not committing to it, just prepared for the rush. As QQ goes back to his ferret deck, squirrel, toad, pigeon, ferret, falcon, mine. Really going to struggle if Melvin gets up to his tier 3, but maybe he never does. So QQ's got his tier 2s out. Melvin going for double lizard, double snake, which makes sense. They are a decent counter to Falcon and a decent counter to Ferret. Not entirely a counter to Falcon, but they can get enough poison tags on the Falcon before the Falcon guns it down. I include include them. What's the score? It's 2-0 for Melvin. This is QQ's match point. Tournament life. He's gambling it all on the ferrets. At least he's got a high ground base to retreat to. Melvin does have the pigeons to give him high ground vision though, so we'll have to see if that works. Have the snakes moved out too far? They do pick off a squirrel, so that's 20 food. You know, little by little that could add up. It's what both of them want to be doing, kind of. Well, it's not what Melvin wants to be doing. QQ wants to be doing poking and sieging. Melvin wants to take one big fight, but the snakes can do poking. QQ's kind of opening himself up to a base race there by going all the way around. So it gets great toad connections on Melvin's horde of squirrels. The commander goes down though. Can QQ's army handle this without QQ there to micro? Actually, kind of. I'm very surprised Melvin didn't just come around here and attack the mill and QQ left. I guess he doesn't know for sure that QQ has no extra base. Alright, QQ trying to press the advantage here. His toads actually did great work. And his pigeons, even though there's few of them, they are keeping the falcons alive enough against these constant snakes that the snakes aren't really getting much done. And Melvin gets overwhelmed. QQ takes it with a ferret. Ferret toad. Alright. QQ with a 5-farm Warren. Goes against them all. QQ was in the chat saying that he thinks Toad Mine might actually be the way forward. He thinks that he's got a meta breaker here, and he's done it before. You still occasionally see the wire balloon fox boar deck come out that he pioneered, and he's been he's long had skill with the ferrets. It does seem very all in. But I mean, it clearly does work. I mean, it's always the problem with toads is that if the toads are definitely going to die. So if you don't get anything done with them, then you're just down so much an army. And that seems especially bad with the ferrets and falcons that rely on having that really, I mean, the falcons not so much, the ferrets especially, they want to have army advantage so they can really do their best work. They're a unit that can, you know, when they're ahead, they can just get you so much more ahead. We'll see if the skunks from Melvin do anything to change that. Last game, Melvin relied on just a huge blob of tier 1 to support his snakes. Now he's going for some skunks. We'll have to see if that works. Skunks I mean, they have enough health to tank the toad hits. They can hit multiple toads at once. They're not as perfect a counter as you might think because their gas takes time to, you know, work. And a 1 HP toad does just as much damage as a full HP toad. But it means that you can't really kite the toads back and forth looking for an opening. You kind of have to hard commit. Speaking of hard commitment, one of those toads does die. The second one dies. As I said, like a couple of squirrels get a shot on them, then the gas suddenly becomes an insta-kill, or vice versa. But you can see just the psychological effect. Even this one toad running up, Melvin is like desperately trying to kite back. I wonder if he's got caught. I see he got caught out here as they surrounded QQ. It looks like he's been caught out. Because QQ's army is staying pretty much even. None of his tier 2 has died, whereas Melvin's lost all but one of his. Now Melvin is forced to stand and fight. He's really trying to get those falcons. He gets one, he's got the other. Can he get this last tag off? Yes, he does, so that's a ferret down. But it's taking 2 farms with it. So QQ finally taking some army losses. But he's killed 2 of Melvin's farms. QQ is definitely ahead here. Maybe QQ's worked something out here. How did that go so well for him? The toads didn't even connect. But Melvin constantly having to track his army backwards just gave the ferrets and the falcons so much time to shoot. Thing is, I would expect the constantly kiting to screw over the ferrets as well, because you'd constantly be walking back out their shots unless you got lucky with the aiming. So I guess you need the ferrets and the falcons to be farther up than you'd normally want, so that they're shooting. So that even when they... oh no, that's not how ferrets work, is it? Because they target the location, they don't do a certain distance. It could work with the falcons. I think the falcons were getting a lot of damage as, you know, Melvin tried to kite. And his squirrels were getting an extra few shots in as well. I don't know, I need to go back and re-watch that. Once again, Melvin trying to get some poking damage to come back in. He's down to just 1 farm. He does have a second base up. I'm not going to underestimate Melvin, but he has less army, less farms, less eco, fewer farms. And he's forcing an attack. QQ's come back. He's taken it to game 5, 2-all. This toad ferret strategy is proving difficult for Melvin. Is he going to finally change things up? He's not. Melvin's sticking with his deck. Honestly, if he gets a single owl out, I think he crushes QQ's deck. But QQ is just not giving him time to get back up, get up that far. Okay, so straight up to the tier 2s. Skunk Sneak against Ferret Falcon again. Okay, so no expansion so far. Melvin forced to play a lot more cautiously than he usually liked to. Melvin is a player who likes to be greedy. He usually would have expanded by a 3-minute mark, but he doesn't want to. He wants to play it safer. So, QQ finally expands and now he's moving out. What's Melvin's response going to be? He has a slightly smaller army. Should even out once he gets his final squirrels out. Trying to go for another skunk warren. But QQ's moving up, setting up his forward mines. Getting down some nice skunk gas, killing off a couple of tier 1. Okay, really blunting QQ's attack here. Tries to come in and clear out the mines. QQ comes in again. I think these extra skunks might be the answer Melvin was looking for. He's having a much better time with them. QQ has to go back and start spending some food, getting a Falcon Warren, a couple of farms. But Melvin's actually in a spot where he can expand. He's nearly at the 5-minute mark though. Okay, so following. Big hit on the snake, not quite enough to kill though. Ooh. Oh, it's kind of feels bad that 2 ferret shots don't kill a snake. Feels like that should do it. No, that little Viper gets away at 2 HP. Okay, QQ just ramping up the Falcons. Taking his... Is Melvin going to spot this? He doesn't. Well, he spots that the ferrets aren't there, but that could just be a cell. Oh, QQ's coming out at maybe the wrong time here. Picks off a farm. Picks off 2. 2 farms for 120 food for 2 ferrets. I mean, it got something done. I'd say that is probably worth it. Because, you know, with the ferrets it's just the 60 food and the time, but with the farms you're losing all the time that you take to rebuild. Like, that's eco your opponent is getting and you're not. But it's not exactly a devastate. Like, if QQ had timed that for when Melvin was out, so he couldn't micro his units, that might have worked, but his army was also on the base. QQ is now behind Eco, just ahead in army, has to commit now to this assault. A lot of his toes bleed out, but they still managed to get something done. Now it's just tier 2s left. Actually, I think QQ might have broken the back here. There's nothing left to shoot up. Melvin is really desperately selling, but his warriors can get destroyed very quickly. And he can't muster up enough. He needs to muster up enough squirrels that he can really chase off these falcons. But that's proving to be a struggle when they're being bombed and shot. He's got a snake. Is that going to do it? That kills one. Okay. QQ finally forced out with all his tier 2 dead. Melvin only one farm behind after all that, but he did take some infrastructure damage. I'm amazed that went so well for QQ. I thought he'd lost too many of his toads to be an effective fighting force, but when Melvin got to his warrens, he had to turn and fight, and the toads still got work done. Okay. Melvin coming in to try and tag some pigs. He wants to be the sneaky one, but runs into a couple of mines and gets caught. I mean, Melvin's skunks are basically irrelevant here. There's only 9 squirrels apiece. And Melvin surrenders rather than take the last fight. QQ coming back from a 2-0 deficit to sweep 3-0 with the ferret toad. Did not think that was likely. But well done him. Well done, QQ. Alright, and that is a PBC done. I did not get the wins that I wanted. But it was fun watching QQ bring out the toads and the ferrets. So we'll have to see. Maybe that deck does have something. I have to see if he can repeat the accomplishment next week when Melvin's had some time to prepare. Alright, but that's enough for now. I'm gonna see you guys. Thanks for coming. Doodles.